Hello and welcome to the third photo challenge in my 12-week photo challenge series here on YouTube. Today the theme is going to be oh, that was elegant. Frames. So we're going to take attention-grabbing photos using sub-framing. That's a fancy name for using frames in your photos and finding natural ways to frame your subject. Now, photography is all about thinking sort of two-dimensionally because you are composing a frame and you want to really be able to guide the viewer's attention, and using frames is one super powerful way to do this. The first step is that you're going to go out there and look for natural frames that you could use in your photo. So think of windows or doorways or a mirror or just anything that has a natural way of framing it that you could use in a photo. Then for my idea, I used this window here in the bedroom, and I was again going to take a self-portrait, and I knew I wanted to have this as my frame. So the second step in your process when you've found a frame that you want to work with is then to add a little bit of a twist to it and decide how you're going to use it. For the photo that I did, I wanted to really create sort of myself as a silhouette and make that the main point. And when I was posing and setting up my camera, I didn't have the full vision or idea in my head yet, but I just knew that this was my starting point. Next up, getting the angle right. So one thing that I quite often see in people's photos are that there was a good idea and a strong concept, but then that the camera angle maybe isn't actually optimal for that idea. So I really would recommend to take a moment and really try to get that angle right. It's a little bit like if the angle is off, it's a little bit the same as when you're working with bad light. It becomes really difficult to save the photo essentially, or at least that's my experience. Maybe you have a different experience of this, but I like to take a long time to figure out my angles. Usually I will just go around with my camera in hand first and see how I want it to look and really look through the camera, because it looks a little different than when we're just looking with our eyes like this, and take a couple of test photos. And then when I'm taking a self-portrait, then I will place myself in there and again see from my phone how it looks and just make sure that it's not wonky or that something is on top of each other. And yeah, this takes some time, but it is really worth it. Because I'm shooting up against the window, this will create a nice silhouette because there's light coming in from the window and I will be darker against it. And then I got the idea of having a butterfly on my hand, but well, I didn't have any butterfly props with me, so I'm gonna do this afterwards and add them in Photoshop instead. But this became my idea, and then I spent a long time trying to pose and get my hand just right so that I could put a little butterfly on my hand, or that's the idea at least that I'm going for. And then I tried to really elongate my spine and not be so hunched because I was on this bed, so it really wanted to hunch me down. So also spending some time in thinking of your pose and trying to elongate yourself, and well, just that it works and that it's visible in the photo what is going on. And yeah, I did have stiff legs after this and a stiff back, but I think it was worth it in the end because I feel like the material that I got out of this is going to be good and I'm going to be able to work with this in Photoshop. Alright, so this simple frame in my photo turned out like this. Now it's your turn to go out there and find some frames to work with and use them in a creative way in your photo. Remember, it's really about guiding the viewer's attention to whatever subject you have. So that could be a prop, you holding a flower or a book or whatever it is that you want the story to be, but then really using this idea of frames in the concept in your story to create a really compelling way and create something that really will grab the attention of the viewer. Thank you so much for watching this photo challenge video. Again, I can't wait to see what you create. Remember to use the hashtag kikasphotochallenge so that I can come and see them. And please let me know in the comments below if you're excited about this. And you can also put your Instagram handle so we can come in and support each other. And also, if you haven't downloaded the workbook, there is a link in the description below so you can download that. It is totally free. Looking forward to another Mindset Monday video next week. Until then, take care and see you.
There's a bee in my bonnet, hello, hello. A bee in my bonnet, hello. There's a bee in my bonnet, hello, hello. A bee in my bonnet, hello.